First, the stone mask, the pillar. Men, an ancient race of superhumans, possessed immortal bodies that regenerated from any wound. Their single weakness? Sunlight would turn them to dust in seconds. Kars, their genius leader, created the stone masks to overcome this limitation. These masks bore grotesque faces with precise holes across the forehead. When activated by blood, stone tendrils would shoot out, piercing the wearer's brain at specific pressure points. On humans, it worked perfectly, creating vampires with super strength, regeneration, and blood-freezing abilities. But they inherited the sun weakness. The mask spread through Aztec sacrificial rituals, creating centuries of vampire terror. In the 1880s, George Joestar found one and displayed it in his mansion, unknowingly bringing home humanity's potential doom. His adopted son Dio Brando used it to become a vampire, beginning the Joestar family's eternal struggle. But the mask was a failure for its true purpose. The Pillarmen's skulls were too dense. The tendrils that pierced human bone shattered against Pillarman physiology. Kars needed something more powerful. Second, the Red Stone of Aja. The Super Aja was nature's perfect miracle. A flawless crystal that could amplify light hundreds of millions of times, creating laser-like beams of pure energy. Common Aja stones had impurities limiting their power, but the Super Aja contained zero molecular imperfections. Kars modified a stone mask to harness the Super Aja, mounting it in the forehead to drive tendrils through even a Pillarman's skull. When he finally used it in 1939, Kars became the ultimate being, immune to sunlight, able to shapeshift into any creature, and master of the ripple energy. Joseph Joestar's luck turned victory into exile. A volcanic eruption launched Kars into space, where his immortal body froze between stars, unable to die or return. The Super Aja shattered during the battle, ensuring no one could repeat his ascension. Third, the Stand Arrow. 50,000 years ago, a meteorite crashed in Greenland carrying an alien virus. In 1978, a survey team discovered it. Most died from fever, but survivors gained supernatural abilities, the first modern stand users. Centuries earlier, an unknown craftsman forged 6 arrows from this meteorite. When an arrow pierces someone, the virus either kills them through fever or awakens their stand, the physical manifestation of their fighting spirit. Each stand reflects its user's soul. Star Platinum stops time. Gold Experience creates life. King Crimson erases time segments. Enya used arrows to build Dio's army, killing hundreds to find dozens of stand users. Yoshihiro Kira created stand users in Morio. Diavolo sold arrow access to build his criminal empire. The arrows became humanity's deadliest gamble, ultimate power or death. Fourth, the Requiem Arrow. One arrow bore an elaborate beetle design and contained concentrated virus. Levels. When this arrow pierced a stand itself, rather than the user, it triggered evolution into a Requiem stand, beings that controlled fundamental reality. Silver Chariot became Chariot Requiem, manipulating souls globally and beginning to transform all life into alien forms. Gold Experience became Gold Experience Requiem, gaining the ability to reduce any action to 0. Attacks never reached Giorno because they were negated before happening. Those killed by it experienced infinite death without release. The Requiem Arrow vanished after Giorno's victory, its location unknown, but sought by stand users dreaming of transcendence. Fifth, Dio's Diary. After a century underwater fused with Jonathan's body, Dio emerged with impossible knowledge. In a black leather notebook using blood for ink, he wrote 14 phrases that were space-time coordinates. Spiral Staircase, Rhinoceros Beetle, Via Dolorosa, Fig Tart, and others. The diary contained a ritual for achieving heaven, control over time and fate. Requirements: 36 sinners' souls, Dio's stand or essence, courage to destroy one's stand, Cape Canaveral's coordinates, and a new moon. Jotaro found the diary after defeating Dio and burned it, but not before memorizing its contents. Though the physical book was destroyed, its knowledge persisted in Jotaro's memory, later extracted as a disc by Pucci. Sixth, the Green Baby. Pucci combined Dio's bone with 36 prisoners' souls. The bone sprouted roots that consumed the sinners, birthing the green baby, an infant with cosmic knowledge and a stand that created infinite shrinking barriers around itself. When Poochie spoke the 14 phrases, the baby recognized its purpose and merged with him, transforming his stand from Whitesnake to Sea Moon, granting gravity control. The baby existed physically for a brief time before becoming part of Poochie's evolution toward heaven. 7th, the Saint's Corpse. In the Steel Ball Run timeline, the Saint's body, and implied to be Jesus Christ, was divided into 9 parts scattered across America by an earthquake after his death. Each part granted miraculous powers and existed as physical relics. The heart gave Valentine D4C, allowing dimensional travel. The left arm awakened Johnny's tusk. The eyes granted supernatural vision. When Lucy Steele gathered all parts, she manifested divine protection that could redirect fortune nationally. The complete corpse powered D4C Love Train, making Valentine invincible by transferring all harm to random people worldwide. The corpse created Devil's Palms, moving dimensional anomalies that either granted stands or killed those who entered. After the race, Johnny buried the complete corpse in Morio, where it remains beneath the meditation pine, creating the wall eyes phenomenon. 8th, the Rokakaka Fruit. From New Guinea came fruit embodying equivalent exchange. The original Rokakaka could cure any ailment by taking something equal. From another body part, heal paralyzed legs but lose your liver. Restore sight but sacrifice your kidneys. Rock humans smuggled Rokakaka into Japan through elaborate front companies, selling single fruits for 200 million yen to desperate humans willing to accept the exchange. Multiple trees existed, carefully cultivated and hidden. 9th, the new Rokakaka. Josefumi and Kira grafted Rokakaka onto a tree at the Walleyes, creating the new Rokakaka. Instead of internal exchange, it transferred ailments between people entirely. Complete healing for one meant complete sacrifice from another. This fruit sparked war between rock humans, the Higashikata family, and the mysterious Satoru Akafu. Though the original grafted tree was destroyed, the new Rokakaka's branches and remaining fruits became the most sought-after objects in Morio. 10th, the Wall Eyes. After the saint's burial, Morio's ground transformed. The 2011 earthquake created the Wall Eyes, massive rock formations where reality cracked. These physical structures possess fundamental equivalent exchange power. When two people are buried together during earthquakes, they exchange aspects, body parts, memories, abilities. Josuke Higashikata was born from Josefumi and Kira's fusion at the Wall Eyes. These formations still exist in Morio, continuing to affect the area with their exchange properties. 11th, memory and stand discs. Poochie's Whitesnake extracted memories and stands as physical discs, translucent CDs that could be handled, stored, and inserted into others. Memory diskies contained entire lives viewable like recordings. Stand discs let him create armies by giving abilities to compatible hosts. These discs persisted beyond Whitesnake's evolution, existing outside normal physics, indestructible except when inserted into the dying, visible to non-stand users despite being spiritual manifestations. Many disc keys remain unaccounted for after Poochie's defeat. 12th, command discs. Whitesnake created dice keys that overwrote free will with programmed instructions. Victims remained conscious while their bodies acted against their will. Poochie used these to create networks of unwilling servants, guards who'd look away, prisoners who'd riot on schedule. These command discs functioned as physical objects that could be collected, stored, and deployed strategically. Their fate after Poochie's death remains unknown. 13th, vampire mask. Variants: Nazis mass-produced inferior stone masks that killed 9 of 10 wearers, but created vampire soldiers from survivors. These masks still exist in hidden bunkers and military archives. Ancient cultures created variations. Chinese jade masks extending life without vampirism. Egyptian golden masks trapping souls in mummies. Some masks developed unique properties through use. One activated automatically under moonlight after hundreds of sacrifices. Another created half vampires who tolerated dim light, but aged rapidly in darkness. 14th, Zeppeli Artifacts. The Heyman Masters created their own tools. Will Zeppeli's wine bottles conducted ripple energy, weaponizing liquid itself. Caesar's bubble lenses focused sunlight into vampire-destroying lasers. Gyro's steel balls channeled the spin, destroying targets from within or creating dimensional rifts. The Zeppeli family maintains a vault in Italy containing Heyman weapons that retain charge for decades, Devil's Palm maps marking locations, and journals documenting centuries of vampire hunting knowledge. These artifacts await future generations. 15th, Locacaca 6251. TG University Hospital created this experimental drug-enhancing Rokakaka properties. Stored in medical vials, a 150-gram dose provided rapid regeneration, far exceeding the raw fruit, though still demanding equivalent exchange. Josuke healed completely, but lost his left eye. Multiple vials were produced before the research ended. Their current locations remain unknown, potentially hidden in medical facilities or black market storage. 16th, Dio's bone. A fragment of Dio's body survived his destruction, containing enough of his essence to serve as a catalyst. This bone became crucial to Pucci's plan, sprouting into the root system that birthed the green baby, when combined with Sinner's souls. Other bone fragments may exist, scattered where Dio's body disintegrated, each potentially containing traces of his power. 17th, the steel balls, Gyro Zeppelis. Steel balls weren't just weapons, but precision artifacts. Perfect metal spheres inscribed with hexagonal patterns that channeled rotational energy from another dimension. They could age objects centuries and seconds, destroy internal organs without breaking skin, or create dimensional portals. The steel balls exist as paired sets, with several remaining after Gyro's death, hidden or held by those who understand their power. The artifacts of Jojo's Bizzare adventure represent humanity's eternal struggle with power's temptation. Each offers a different path to transcendence: biological transformation, spiritual awakening, divine blessing, or equivalent exchange. These objects exist physically in the world, some destroyed but once real, others hidden awaiting discovery, many actively sought by those desperate for power. They shaped history through their use and continue shaping the future through their legend. In museums, forgotten ruins, government vaults, and family collections, these artifacts wait. Each represents a choice between human limitation and monstrous power, between accepting fate and rewriting reality. The story continues. New artifacts emerge where human ambition meets forces beyond understanding. Evolution's Bizzare adventure